Welcome back, Vaping Club followers. My name is Frenchie128, and this is a laid-back review of some hardware, actually. This is the first hardware review I'm going to be doing, so I apologize if my structure is a little off. I felt that this product deserved a product review, and I'll be definitely doing more. Call me a geek at heart. I love gadgets. Any little device that I can get my hands on, $20, $30, $40 type thing that enhances any type of experience, I personally love. USB missile rocket launchers anytime. Anyway, so today I'm going to be reviewing a product that I purchased from Electro Vapes. I've heard through the Seb store, Seb spoke very highly of Cat at Electro Vapes, so I decided to take a look at their website, and at the time, for some reason, I hadn't found their juice collection. Otherwise I would have ordered juices at the same time, but I ended up ordering a few little knickknacks in their accessory sections for the 510s. One of the things that I've always been very interested in the electronic cigarette sections or forums and so forth was cigarette packs or personal carrying cases or personal charging carrying cases. I actually ordered one from the Seb store. I was actually using that pretty much from day one, and now I've ordered one from Electro Vapes, and I must admit the capacity of this one is almost double. Love the feel and texture. So basically this is what it is. It is I believe the PCC stands for personal carrying case. I'm not exactly sure, but it's a very, very small, unique package. For example, I'll just hold up my G1 cell phone here as a comparison. So about the equivalent size of a pack of cigarettes, but I did find it actually wider than a pack of cigarettes. Maybe a pack of cigarettes would come up to here. So it has, well, a good few centimeters extra. The reason why I like this kit so much, and I apologize for the autofocusing there, my webcam just sucks. So on the front it marks e-cigarette, and it has a picture of a gentleman smoking. For me the attraction was this little digital display. When I press the button once, it actually gives me a readout of the battery. Right now it's extremely low. I apologize, I didn't recharge it. It gives me a status of the internal battery. The internal battery itself, they say in the documentation that it can charge up to 6 510 automatic batteries fully before running out. I found that I usually hit about 5 before I end up charging the personal charging, the carrying kit. For example, what happens when you take a look at the inside. Now I know my webcam's going to absolutely suck here. There are 6 empty slots on the side here, and there are 2 empty slots for the 510 automatic batteries. Now, in this case, I had ordered the Seb Store 510 automatic kit, and I believe that those 510 automatic batteries may be smaller than the industry standard, because they mentioned in the instructions that every 510 is a little different, to put a piece of tape on the inside. I've actually had to resort to adding, well, I don't know if you can tell, I can't seem to take it out right now, but it's a cover for a phone. It's about maybe 3-4 centimeters high. It's quite an addition, actually. When I first put in my 510 automatic battery, there's one charging slot. When I first put it in and I pressed the button, it wouldn't register the battery, the 510 battery. So it wasn't until I figured out that it's not being pressed in enough for the actual charging to take place. But I've noticed that from the documentation, that I had to make a serious modification to the case to allow that to work. Otherwise, I was extremely happy with the rate of charge. Generally, in the course of a day, for example, let's say I forgot to charge a 510 overnight. I'll get to work, realize that the 510 is dead after taking a few hauls. I'll place the battery in here, swap out from the one that was already charging overnight in the kit, use that 510 the entire day, and by the time I get home, within an hour or so, I find I'm switching back over to the unit that is now fully charged. Now, I'll give you a quick example. The one thing I really like about this kit, I'm pressing and holding the button here. Oh, I apologize. So the light is actually flashing at this point. It's I think it's trying to make the connection between the unit and the battery itself and determine the actual battery strength. If it comes back red after this blinking, that means that this battery needs charging and it's proceeding to charge. If it came back green, that means that the battery is sufficiently charged and you're good to go. In this case, I can get a quick update by just pressing on the button, and it tells me that the battery is still charging, or red, it requires more charging. Alright. So the one thing I really like about this kit is, oh, and I forgot to mention before I get into the other section, there is an additional slot right below the charging slot that is meant to hold an additional 510. Now, as I mentioned with the Sev Kit 510 automatics, I find that they're smaller than the usual. When I actually put it in for the first time, it sunk all the way down to the bottom. It took me a little while to retrieve the battery from the end. So what I've decided to do is I actually quick little modification is I actually added some padding at the bottom to allow an additional cautomizer, and I'll go into that in 2 seconds. But basically, I've sacrificed one of the 510 batteries, considering I only have two in the first place, one that's charging, one that's in use. I figured that was a perfect sacrifice. So now on to my favorite section, is the storage area. Now, this is an e-cig kit that is meant to store a traditional 510 with atomizers, carts, and so forth. I've noticed that, as with the previous Sev kit, that standard Kanger cautomizers, because so far this is all I've bought great cautomizers. I've got 15. I think I'm expecting another 5 or 10 to come in. But since I'm I don't know, you can call me different. I have different cautomizers for different flavors. I don't like mixing. I don't like having a blueberry full flavored tobacco or a green apple Timmy's Double Double. So I separate all my cautomizers, and what I like so much about this kit is that I can actually store 6 by default, and with my additional change I can actually store 7. 7 on the go is 7 stored, and an additional one here, and I'm just going to add this one very quick. So I now have 7 cautomizers on the go with battery charging and a unit that is ready to go on me all the time. I personally love these little kits. If you can get me one that can store 8, I'd probably buy it immediately. Internal battery, I like the fact that it can charge on the go if I forget to bring my USB charger with me. Overall, I actually give this piece of hardware, considering I'm a 510 fan and the majority of my equipment are cautomizers and a 510 automatic, I give it a 5 out of 5. If anyone's looking to actually quit smoking and have that everyday, vaping experience, no longer have to carry around a big kit, USB cables and all this stuff. I just carry around this and I just swap and I'm good to go on the road. So this is Frenchie128 from the Vaping Club. This is an extremely long, hardware, relaxed review, and thank you very much. Keep vaping.